video. Yep. All right, let's see how our story ends. Our secret weapon turned out to be Mr. McDonald, Gibby's dad. If Mr. McDonald stayed with us during the launch, the principal was okay with it. We couldn't believe the good news. Mr. Weeks landed the Wonder to Gibby's dad, or handed the Wonder to Gibby's dad. "Let's take her up," he said to us. On the roof, we could see kids pouring onto the field to look at the science exhibits that were being set up. Ray Van pulled gorgeous silk streamers that she had hand-painted out of a bag and let them stay rolled up at the edge of the roof. And then, with Tom's help, Gibby and his dad put the Wonder in place. They carefully connected the engine to a car battery and then primed the pump to deliver the fuel from the tin sitting next to it from the engine. Then they pumped the fuel into the plane. We all stood back and watched. "Maybe it'll go all the way to Lansing," I speculated. "Maybe even to Detroit," Tom said. "Maybe all around the whole world," Ray Van whispered. "No," Gibby said with a big grin. "This baby is going all the way to the moon." Do you think it's going to make it all the way to the moon? When the whole school assembled on the field, Mrs. Peterson signaled Gibby's dad to begin the countdown to start the engine. Mr. McDonald knelt in front of it while Gibby held the plane still, spinning the propeller over and over again. But the engine didn't catch on, and we held our breaths. "Pump the intake again," Mr. McDonald said to Gibby. He asked some of the boys to hold on to Wonder. "And you have to let go at just the right moment or it will bank left or right. Understand?" He spun the propeller a few more times, and then, with a loud bang and a roar, the propeller started spinning and blue smoke puffed out. Someone in the field yelled and everybody looked up at the roof. And that was when Ray Van unfurled her banners down the side of the building. Almost to speed, Gibby's dad hollered, 9, 10, 9, 8. And when he got to 1, Mr. McDonald hollered, "Let her go!" The Junkyard Wonder shot out of everybody's hand and it was airborne. First it went out over the field, and then suddenly as it started it sputtered and seemed to stall. And then the engine roared to life again with a noise that was deafening. And the Wonder's nose pointed straight up and up, straight toward the sun. We all ran to the wall of the roof and watched breathlessly as it streaked through the cloud cover and then appeared above, ever skyward, straight to the stratosphere. We all watched until it became a speck in the sky, and then we couldn't see it anymore. And even though the science department from the local university was there, along with the school board and the newspapers, for all of us it was only Mrs. Peterson that mattered, and Jody. Tears glistened in Mrs. Peterson's eyes as she watched the Wonder climb into the heavens. "Like I said," Gibby whispered, "that baby is going straight to the moon." Now the last page. Mrs. Peterson has always been with me all of these years. So have all of those in my tribe. Tom went on to become an artistic director of the American Ballet Theater Company in New York, and Ray Van became a textile designer and was eventually invited to Paris to design for the fashion industry. As for Gibby, well, he went on to become an aeronautical engineer for NASA, and he helped design the lunar modules for the Apollo missions. And me, well, I became a creator of books for children. For all of us, Mrs. Peterson was the wind beneath our wings. She was the alpha of our tribe, and she was our compass. I saw Gibby in Houston a few years ago, and we spent the afternoon recalling our time together in the junkyard. and how Mrs. Peterson helped us believe in ourselves. And then Gibby's eyes misted over, and he leaned into me, and he grinned, and he said, "Remember that photo that my dad took of all of us that day on the roof after we launched the Wonder? Well, Patricia, I stowed that photo aboard the lunar module of Apollo 11, and all of us Wonders really did make it to the moon after all." So the actual author of this book was actually the girl in the story, Patricia Polacco. Sometimes we might think we're different, but all of those differences create geniuses, and we all are junkyard wonders. Have a good day. We'll see you later.